Donald Trump is set to pump Bitcoin. BlackRock is reaching out now to Wall Street banks. Listen, getting to one Bitcoin is more important now than ever. El Salvador makes volcano bonds legit. Satoshi is being trolled. Then they fight you. Now we win. CBDCs and digital assets, IDs, are real. This is starting to get really, really crazy. If we jump over here, we can see here, Justin Van Eck, analyst, predicts that a Donald Trump presidential victory in 2024 would lead to the dismantling of the SEC's hostile regulatory approach and the price of Bitcoin to soar past 100K. Last time the orange man was in power, Bitcoin did pump from just over $3,000 to over $69,000. So Donald Trump predicted to trigger a 2024 $2 trillion Bitcoin price boom. We'll see if that plays off and what happens. Just remember, on this day, exactly 13 years ago, Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto made his final public post before disappearing forever. The genius to change the world, the humanity to walk away. What a go. Outlaw, good to see you. You are up here live, and be careful with the comments today. They are showing up on screen. We are at block height 820,899, local time 5:36 a.m. Bitcoin, $41,182. Sats per USD, 2,428. Blocks to the next halving, 19,101. Bitcoin 101. There we go. Estimated April 23, 2024. I reckon if we get that 420, wouldn't that be a laughable, fun day for everyone? A lot of stuff going on. So BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF now invites participation from Wall Street banks. Crazy, hey? A change to the structure of proposed spot Bitcoin ETF would enable authorized participants, APs, authorized participants to create new shares in the fund with cash rather than only with cryptocurrency, essentially opening the door to banks who cannot hold crypto directly. BlackRock, hey? It's really amazing the audacity of what they're doing. Then they fight you. Now we win. Did you get to one Bitcoin? Did you make the most of this bear market? It is more important now than ever. We're going to talk about and dive in. Or did you just stuff around? I need to jump into a text message from a mate that's still playing around, messing around with crypto. I need some help there with him because it is the most nonsensical text message I've ever read, and I just do not know what to reply. As highly regulated US banks are unable to hold Bitcoin themselves, this setup would enable the likes of JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, firms with some of the largest balance sheets in the world, to act as APs to BlackRock's ETF. Whether they want to is another matter. How funny is it that this is happening behind the scenes and Jamie Dimon is coming out and is so against Bitcoin and he'd ban it? I bet you they buy it through this vehicle. That is my prediction. I'm more than 95% certain that's what's going to happen. Isn't it crazy? And how Warren has teamed up with the banks when she was so against the banks. It's absolutely crazy. The propaganda machine. Anyway, optimism has grown that the spot Bitcoin ETFs will soon be approved by the SEC. Soon, fast approaching, less than 1 month away, it is expected, which would be a game changer for the digital asset industry if it lures in a flood of money from retail investors. A commonly held view up until now was that APs would be large market-making firms with experience in crypto, such as Jane Street, Jump Trading, and Virtu, not banks. But this change, the change, means banks could get a cut of the action and broaden the ranks of liquidity providers. They will, otherwise they're obsolete. Now, Vivek, I have 0.8 Bitcoin and I'm proud. It's not much, but I'm happy. This is so good. And this is why it's so important. If a 26-year-old can do it and you haven't done it, what have you been doing? Let me know. And I know this is starting to get a little bit maxi, but I am a little bit maxi. So listen, I have 0.8 Bitcoin. I'm proud. It's not much, but I'm happy. 0.8 Bitcoin. Yesterday we covered 0.23. Will put you way above the average person. You will be there in the economic elite. If you can get to one Bitcoin, well done if you've gotten there, if you've been stacking. But I will achieve a whole coin hopefully by the end of next year, sooner if I can. I'm 26. I realized how much money I was throwing away, partying, bars, going out, everything else, wasting time, wasting money, brain space. Now, since I'm woke and actually thinking about my future, this gives me motivation to actually look forward to something. I always thought life was about fun and games, but I'm getting older and need to buckle up for my future. What a sensible guy. the name there, another shitcoiner, but at least they've realized that they are onto the world's hardest asset. And what we're seeing in El Salvador is just a little bit more proof for the pudding. With the regulatory regime for digital assets now fully established in El Salvador, the Volcano bond has received the Digital Assets Commission very first approval. We expect to issue the bond during the first quarter of 2024. This is just the beginning. We'll dive into this a little bit more shortly. Just want to give a shout out to Oliver here. Bitcoin up 147% since the bear calls for 12K, 10K, even 3.5K. Bitcoin down 6%. The crypto bros are now saying, I told you so. You cannot make this up. What I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is shoot over to Daniel Batten here. I mean, Dennis Porter. I've got so many people's names in my mind. We will get into Daniel Batten shortly, but we'll just bring this up full screen and I'll play it there for you.
When I first discovered this technology in 2017, its potential to provide financial services to the unbanked captivated me. Here was a tool capable of offering economic empowerment to the most vulnerable. As I delved deeper, I realized Bitcoin's capacity to revolutionize our financial system, to spur rural job creation, and to enhance our outdated energy infrastructure. Yet it was over the last 2 years that I have discovered Bitcoin's most remarkable feature. It's a power to unify us as Americans. Democrats, Republicans, libertarians, and independents alike all can find common ground in the potential of this technology.
We're seeing that already slowly, and then suddenly it all happens. It all converges on the world's hardest asset. We do see we have a green day, a very big green day. So did you get your stack yesterday? What I want to say is for everyone, if you can like, comment, share, subscribe, get this video out to as many people while we are live. I've got so much to cover today. So Oliver, again, was this the capitulation we needed? Nearly $500 million liquidated in less than 24 hours. Absolutely crazy. 519 million, so just over. If you're long, if you're leveraged, you're an idiot. If you're going short, Bitcoin, I have no idea what to say to you. You're going to get wrecked. Just stack and chill, my friends. That's the easiest way. And if you did panic sell and you thought Bitcoin was dead and you listened to those crypto bros, today this guy bought it from you. He bought nearly, I love this number, 6,900 Bitcoin for a total of $287 million. Absolutely crazy. And you're there panicking that we have a 6% drop. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get 10, 20% drops easy. $10,000, $20,000 daily candles, both to the upside and to the downside. Get ready, strap in. And that's why I just want to say, not financial advice, but on the red days, it is good to be able to push that red button. Because when we have these big drops, it allows you to stack, to be able to chill, and you're not going to get scared of these $10,000, $20,000 moves in either direction. This video, oh my God, Julian Ferrar, I'll play it soon. I asked him for permission. Absolutely incredible. We really need to be paying attention to this. But to trolling Adam Back, this is absolutely fantastic. Adam Back in 1997, 12 years before Bitcoin. How about this? Rather than interface your eCash system with US dollars yourself through credit cards, debt cards, checks, cash, just set up an entirely disconnected system. Crazy. This guy. So the cryptographic requirements for a system would, such as this, would be anonymous, distributed, have built-in scarcity, require no trust of any individual, preferably offline, difficult to do with pure software, reusable. There was a reply there from Adam Back in regards to it. Where has it gone? It was so good. I'm going to repost it for you. Do a little bit of homework, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Back is getting trolled hard by Tor. So we'll listen to this. We'll bring it up full screen for everyone. This is Mr. Paul. He tried to warn us. Are you paying attention yet?
Money comes into effect in a natural way, not in an edict, not by fiat, by governments declaring it is money. You know, as much as I would like to do something with the Fed, I say the Fed's going to self-destruct eventually anyway when the money's gone. But why wouldn't we legalize competing currencies? Why couldn't people put this in a mattress and get 4 or 5 times much of the value in a few years? So the record of what you've done in the last 6 years is destroy the value of real money. The Federal Reserve is given a responsibility to protect the value of the dollar. That's what stable prices are all about. But we don't even have a definition of a dollar. You know, we ask about the definition of a...
More so now than ever, especially with inflation. This is why it's so important to be able to stack and to be able to chill. Holding Bitcoin on your 12 words here, let me flip this real quick. Whether it's $11 off Amazon seed or whatever you use, it's like putting Bitcoin under the mattress, but Bitcoin keeps going up. It's actually safer. It's like putting in Fort Knox and owning Fort Knox yourself in the military that's backing it up. That's what Bitcoin's like right now.
Dollar, oh, it's whatever it's buy. Well, every single day it buys less than the next day. And to me, it's sort of like building an economy and having economic planning like a builder had a yardstick that changed its value every single day. I mean, just think of the kind of a building we have. The Federal Reserve is a creature of the Congress. And if we don't know what the Fed is doing, we have the authority, and we certainly have the authority to pursue a lot more oversight, which I would like to see. So although the Fed is on the receiving end, and I think rightfully so when you look at the record, I mean, the Fed's been around for 99 years, almost a few years before you took it over. And 99%, 98% of the dollar value is gone from the 1913 dollar. So that's not really a very good record.
Oh, ouch.
And I think what we're witnessing today is the end stages of a grand experiment.
Absolutely crazy, hey, the end stages of grand experiment. Thank you very much. I just want to read something out of Bitcoin Evangelism, link in the description in regards to the Fed. So the Federal Reserve, the financial system has been turned over to ... the Federal Reserve Board. The board administrates the finance system by authority of a purely profiting group. The system is private, conducted for the sole purpose of obtaining the greatest possible profits for the use of other people's money. That's a quote by Congressman Charles A. Lindbergh in 1923, and nothing has changed. It's just gotten worse. These are the people, the leeches of the system. You can opt out with Bitcoin. This is why it's more important than ever. And we are seeing the likes of the great Senator Elizabeth Warren Vivek is calling her out. The math, it adds up to corruption. GOP and Dems are both bad on this front. Call it bipartisanship. 285K salary, 67 million net worth. What's the math on this? Absolutely crazy. Monthly income, 400,000 USD. Salary, 285 USD. Crazy, hey? And then we can see not Jerome Powell. Maybe it is. No, it's not Jerome Powell. Show me a man that gets rich by being a politician. I'll show you a crook. Harry Truman, Nancy Pelosi, 220K net worth, 202 million. Mitch McConnell, salary 200K, 95 million net worth. Chuck Schumer, 210, salary 210,000 net worth, 75 million. Elizabeth Warren, 193,000. Well, just saw it's a little bit higher, 285,000 net worth, 73 million. What do you think? This is why you need to be able to stack and be able to chill. Stuff is getting crazy. Vivek, I'd love to see him elected. What are your thoughts in regards to Vivek? Obviously, I'm over here on the other side of the ditch. It's a bloody big ditch. I wouldn't want to swim from here to there, but I like what he has to say. And I don't know if he'll get in. I'd love to see him get in. I just don't see it happening. But if he did, he'd put an end to the FedNow program. We're not going to have a CBDC on my watch. What a guy, hey? It'd be nice if he was vice president. We'll see. Now, Daniel Batten, I'll repost this right now at Sean Clark 911. I won't go into the whole article, but he uses science, research, math to be able to back up Bitcoin is helping one of the world's driest nations with its water security. There's now evidence the strategy could be used in other dry nations to secure water abundance. Now, how are they going to argue with that? We are seeing they're turning pro data centers, and this narrative here more and more and more. It's absolutely amazing. If you're here now, well done. Bitcoin is the future. And there's a tidal wave of liquidity inbound. Institutions filed for a Bitcoin spot ETF. There's a few more than this, but BlackRock 10 trillion, Fidelity 4.5 trillion. I think BlackRock's more 13 trillion. Franklin Templeton 1.5, Invesco, Wisdom Tree, VanEck, GlobalX, ARK Invest, Bitwise, Valkyrie. Who's missing off that list? Imagine over $14 trillion backing Bitcoin. Imagine what the dollar's worth, and we need to start forgetting about Bitcoin in regards to dollars. But I just want to read a message from an old acquaintance on my phone. I won't call him out by name. You know who you are. If you're watching this, I doubt it because he's still shitcoining. I said I had 6 or 7K in crypto a few months back, and now I have close to 15K. I meant invested, not profits made. But anyways, I can see how you got confused. I wasn't very specific. I want to know what you guys think of this, ladies and gentlemen. Please give me a reply. I just have no idea what to say. So XRP has clarity as in a world of its own. I wouldn't call it an altcoin. I think XRP will probably take Bitcoin's place as number one by market cap. Doesn't read the books, doesn't do the research, just buying into the narrative. What do you think about that? XRP will take Bitcoin's place as number one. WTF, I have nothing to say. ETH had a triple halving pretty much with upgrade to proof of stake. This is just ridiculous. So it should do pretty good this bull run, I think. ADA, I don't remember why I'm invested in that. Dumb money, I guess, hey? But yeah, alts are going to perform well. Do you think they're just not going to surge in price along with Bitcoin? Smaller market caps do more X's as long as the inflation rate isn't through the roof. What do you even say to that? I just said, can I screenshot this and phone a friend? Of course, bro, it's my opinion. What's the verdict? I just said buy Bitcoin. Obviously not financial advice, but bloody hell, read the books or be broke. Absolutely crazy. Let us know what your thoughts are there. The whole cryptocurrency market cap, $1.63 trillion. If we flick over to the Clark Moody's dashboard, the market cap of Bitcoin is 804,000. If I get it out of the way, it should be more in frame. 804.6 billion. My apologies. We are looking at a fear and greed index of 67 there as well. I need to be able to find out how to control that TV stepping out of the way for you. I'll make that work. I'll sort that out. And XRP at like what? Okay. I just don't have anything more to say. Please let us know what you would reply. I'm out of words for it. For an old acquaintance. So Bitcoin, 41,235. I'm going to refresh it, but you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numbers are all there. Bitcoin is pure mass, 41,086 at the moment. It's a green day. Did you stack? Did you chill? I know Oliver has now 23 hours and 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 98.4% chance. I just want to say, if for any reason they increase rates, we will get a major pullback. We had 6% on the weekend when someone fat-fingered $1.5 billion a sell with low liquidity. And I don't believe, nobody believes the Fed, well, 1.6% of yous do believe they are going to raise rates, but most people do not. It doesn't look like they will. If they did, I'm not saying they will, Bitcoin will go down. So if that happens, it's another good opportunity to be able to stack. Either way, just chill. Oliver, we'll get back to that. That's a really important post. But the world's first Bitcoin bond received regulatory approval in El Salvador. So the bonds are expected to launch in Q1 2024. Even Bukele is trolling Twitter here. So El Salvador's long-planned Bitcoin bonds have inched closer to reality after apparently receiving regulatory approval for an early 2024 issuance. Country's Bitcoin Focus office posts on Tuesday. The Volcano bond just received regulatory approval from the Digital Assets Commission. El Salvador's National Bitcoin office posted from its X handle. Breaking news, the Volcano bond has just received regulatory approval from the Digital Asset Commission. We anticipate the bond will be issued during the first quarter of 2024. This is just the beginning for new capital markets on Bitcoin. So President Bukele apparently confirmed the approval on X posting when Volcano bond. Something in regards to this is first proposed in 2021 or first announced, and they wanted to get it March 2022. Slowly, then suddenly, things happen. Slowly, and then suddenly, everything is in the works. BlackRock didn't just decide that they're going to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF, nor did Grayscale. They've been doing it for years. They are getting ready. China to verify citizens' identity with new blockchain-based platform. This is scary. So the announcement follows a government rule change to require social media influencers to display their real name. I display mine, so it's no problem there. But blockchain technology will be used to verify the real name identities of China's 1.4 billion people. This is straight from the World Economic Forum, hey? They'll know who everyone is. They already know who everyone is. Do the right thing for your legal jurisdiction, but good idea to be holding Bitcoin. But this is scary. When they can turn on, turn off your bank accounts, you want to have the world's hardest form of peer-to-peer money, and that is Bitcoin. According to an announcement from the Blockchain-Based Service Network, BSN, China's national nation-level blockchain initiative, a move likely to spark concern among data privacy advocates. With bloody good reason. The real DID service launch will enable users to register and log into websites anonymously using DID address and private keys, ensuring that business data and transactions remain disconnected from personal information. In regards to people online, it is just influence, I guess, that have over 500,000 to 1 million or more. In regards to subscribers, Guy Swan, when they made a success of inflation, they were hated. I'll read this as quick as I can. Adam Ferguson, When Money Dies. We'll jump into the comments there. Let us know what I should say in reply to that text. And did you get to 1 Bitcoin? My relation. Don't say if you got to 1 Bitcoin. I do not want to know. Do not let people know. Just pat on the back and have a little smile and a chuckle. My relations and friends were too stupid. They didn't understand what inflation meant. They didn't rush to get rid of their money. That was what the Jews and the Germans did. And don't specify on the Jews and the Germans. Just a group of people got rid of their money. All my relations thought it would stop the next week, and they went on thinking so. So many people think it is now. Inflation is not going away. We are in a debt spiral. Anyway, they woke up very late. They started selling their valuables because they couldn't buy food, the china from the mantelpiece, furniture, the silver. And that made them think. It made them think when the price of a set of old silver spoons went up from 20,000 to 40,000 crowns a matter of a week or two. And if you had to sell a valuable writing desk for money, which was worth over half as much a week later, of course, there was ill feeling, was resented. When the people brought these things, the women would turn up at parties or at the, I have no idea, dinners, I guess, when we were all broke, wearing the silver fox furs, 3 at a time for ostentation, diamonds which they bought from our relations for a song, or what? When they saw them again had become a song. My relations didn't know the value of anything. They were stupid. It's like altcoin holders. They were stupid. Our solicitors were no better. My mother's bank manager gave her appalling advice. He didn't know what he was talking about either. Anti-Semitism had been negligible before inflation, although Balakun's revolution had been mainly run by the Jews. The White Terror had largely purged political resentment. The Jews had been badly treated in Hungary since the 1860s and were not received socially for many years. 9 out of 10 bore grudges, and when the opportunity of impressing the arrogant Gentiles arrived at last, who was to blame them for taking it? When they made a success of inflation, they were hated. Inflation is not going away. How do you make a success? Holding hard, scarce assets. What's the hardest, scarce asset in the world? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it is Bitcoin. You're here, you're early. Things are just starting to heat up. Oliver, real quick read through here. We'll skim. I'll jump into the comments there. 3 significant things seem to be conspiring to happen around the same time. Average American running mighty low with excessive savings due to higher credit card interest payments and readjusted mortgage payments at much higher rates. In or around March of 2024, this excess inflated savings of US citizens projected to run out. March 2024, around the same time, saving running out, the Fed's emergency fund for banks holding underwater US treasuries is set to expire. This emergency facility set up by the Fed has already been heavily drawn on to the tune of $121.69 billion. Note, with savings sitting in banks being heavily drawn on, small banks have only been able to survive and meet savings drawdowns and withdrawal requests due to the Fed's emergency facility fund. If this is allowed to expire in March, many small banks in the US will outright collapse. Even if they do it, more banks are going to collapse. It's not the end of it, in my opinion. And it's just my opinion. Many small banks in the US will outright collapse. Is that the real plan? Are we looking at a real bank consolidation, small into the big, in the works? Of course, the totalitarian footstep, slowly then suddenly, they are trying to take power dramatically. And you can see the propaganda, the PR machine of Jamie Dimon and Senator Elizabeth Warren ramping up. And even the BlackRock's trying to take your Bitcoin. Do not sell it to them. Lastly, the Bitcoin halving occurs April 24, right after this big mess, to remind people that you should be banking yourself. This algorithmic event cuts the network new issuance rate from 900 BTC per day, or 6.25 every 10 minutes roughly, to 450 Bitcoin per day, or 3.125 per mined block. So early 23, the string of bank failures that rocked the nation for a few weeks added jet fuel to Bitcoin price acceleration. We're here for that. That was absolutely crazy. For the first time, many began to see Bitcoin as a flight to safety. Even BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, who stinks, called, okay, that was a bad rhyme, called Bitcoin a flight to quality, but he did. One of the most influential people in the world. There's no organization apart from the US and the Chinese governments that have more power than Larry Fink in the face of monetary debasement and bank failures. Don't know about you, but it seems as though a major inflection point for Bitcoin is forming this cycle. All the stars and all the planets seem to be aligned the most and advantageous way, and all right after multiple spot ETFs are likely to have been already approved. The time to prepare is now. Do not stuff around. This is what I'm hounding to those who are close to me. It's now or never to get ready and get ahead of this. If I were you, I'd be doing whatever I can to stack harder. Read the books, get your conviction, otherwise eat the bugs. You're here, you're now. Don't be like, I had the opportunity and I didn't take it. If you don't have the opportunity, just do the very best you can by studying Bitcoin. That's it. That's all you need to do is study Bitcoin. So I'm going to jump into the comments there with everyone. I just want to show, if you look at the top of the screen, your comments now are at the top of this page here in the middle as they go through. So Outlaw, I'm effing here. Let's go. I'm glad you put a space in there. Hey, evening from Portsmouth, UK. My bad. You're all good, brother. I'm here. Let's get at it. Morning, Sean Amps, BTC, Dana Steele. G'day, your son, loving mofo. Feel super chill right now. Never announce your bag, folks. Sage advice. Bloody great idea there. Let's, what's a better background? I'm working. What would you like to see in the background? I like nature, so that's probably the video through these chats that's going to be put up. Anyway, thanks very much. And the sun this morning, it's only 6 in the morning now, but it's already quite high. And that's why I race out of here, because once it gets too high, you can't look at it and have the sun in your eyes, but there's this bright orange globe in the sky. Absolutely beautiful. It's the light ahead. Good morning from Melbourne. Good day, John H. Baseline, Benny B. Just getting the rain down, ready for another leg up. Perfectly normal chart movement. Absolutely. We are going to have corrections. Just glad the dip is on my payday. John making the most of it. Skins, good morning. G'day, brother. Peggy, g'day from Rockaway Beach, New York City, NYC. G'day, Peggy. Really appreciate your very thoughtful comments. Really make my day. Everyone that comments, and I've got probably 1.5 days of comments to get back through. Read Peggy's comments. They're very articulate, well-spoken. Appreciate all of them. Everyone's comments. Rob G, g'day, mate. Bitcoin Australia. I like him as well. This is in regards to Vivek. Vivek is brash, and I like that. I wish he had a better chance to make the ballot. Me too. It'd be good. So much change would happen. The libtards taking over down under. No comment. It's an interesting place at the moment. I just try ignore it. I just stack and chill. Such really a small country. Yes, I think we're a G9 country or something. We're in the G12. It's an interesting place. Everywhere around the world, socialism's just another form of communism, in my opinion. Yes, the stream probably just got shut down, but it's a scary time. We can stack and we can chill and we can have self-sovereignty and just do you. Just make the most of it. It's Bitcoin is that hope. It's that freedom for a bright orange future. Croc, good to see you, brother. Hope all is well with you. It sure is always. G'day all from Bournemouth, UK. Love it. Once again, from Wisconsin, good to see you, Simon. Neil Patton, g'day. Stacked up, however, I will sell my ETH position. Long held this cycle. Promises to keep. Absolutely. Well done. I think that's good. Bloody garbage. Not feeling the bugs. Stack for the future doesn't mean it's our only option, but it is our best option today. Absolutely. It's like the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago or 100 years ago. The second best time is today. If you don't make it today, tomorrow. And I know when I say get to one Bitcoin, it's more important now than ever. People don't have the capacity. I'm talking to the people that do have the capacity. They've been here for a while, but they're stuffing around. They're not reading the books. Like this opportunity, it's slipping. And maybe when the ETF is launched, or the multiple ETFs, it's a buy the rumor, sell the news, and we get a major wick down. I don't think that's going to happen. But say it did, which happens with these big news events. Potentially that's an opportunity. But when Bitcoin was at 17,000, people like, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. 13,500, it's all good. Just waiting for a little bit of a pullback, or I'm going to wait for it to fill the CME gap or whatever. If you're a trader, that's all good. But if you're here as an investor, long term, it's just stack and chill. G'day from the Netherlands. Hello, fellow plebs. Keep on stacking. It looks like nobody has a reply to that text message. I don't know what to say either in regards to that. It's been an absolute pleasure. There is a, this is such a side note. I'll bring it up. BOM, which is our weather here in Australia. It does look like the cyclone is going towards Cairns, which is where I grew up. Jasper, or maybe even a little bit further north. Jasper moving towards the far north Queensland coast. Refer to the latest track map for more details. It's available via the yellow banner drop-down menu on the top of the page. So, forecast track map. Oh, yeah. See, like they're pretty big. They're like a hurricane. And it'll be interesting to see what it does to the Great Barrier Reef over there. And when it passes, it looks like at the moment it's a tropical cyclone category number 1, number 2. You know, when I was living in Cairns, went through a couple of category number 5s or further up north as well, running from them in cruise boats. Absolutely insane. Number 2, the buildings are prepared for it, so it shouldn't be too much destruction to the infrastructure. But like seeing number 5s and stuff, lived up on a hill and just watched the roof going like this and then just like peeled totally back. Obviously, the building codes and stuff have gotten stronger, so hopefully everyone up there is doing well and good. They're preparing. I know Daz B, author of Beers for Bitcoin, was pulling down the trampoline last night. Neil Patton, the stars are aligning the cycle. However, everyone thinks that I'm a cook, so they don't listen to me. I'm the crazy Bitcoin guy. I feel it as well. When I was having a conversation with someone I highly respect yesterday, and he said, why don't you sell your Bitcoin and get a different car? And I said, because I'd have left Bitcoin. And I gave him a book. I said, you haven't read the book, or did you read the book? No, I haven't read the book. And obviously when you got the world's hardest asset, like, why would you? My car gets me from A to B. It's a nice car, 4-wheel drive, gets me to the beach, gets jet ski in the water. But we've got this opportunity and time to be able to stack a crazy amount. I stacked a whole car last week. It just, once you get onto that Bitcoin money standard, there is nothing better in the entire world. So make the most of it. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. They do, and it's so sad, unfortunately. But if you're not willing to read the books, people are going to eat the bugs. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you can like, share, comment, subscribe, get this video out to as many people as possible. Greatly appreciated. We'll see you tomorrow. And on Friday for people in the US or on that time zone, Saturday for people in the Australian time zone, wherever that cuts off here on the globe, I will be dropping a podcast that I did with Tony from the Bitcoin Way, diving into security, be able to stack. He's talking about how Bitcoin could be worth $1 billion or more. Goes through the math, really, really cool, but we really dive into the security model of Bitcoin and how to be able to protect a generational wealth. Dan Steele, I don't mind S-coiners if they're trying to trade up like with cars. You start with an old banger and trade your way up to the Bugatti. If you're using shitcoins well to attain more Bitcoin, Trophy Yellow, smiling, they must have been gifts. Yes, but if you're not reading, if you're not studying, if you're not paying attention to the news cycle, the narrative, and I'm not endorsing shitcoins in any way, but if you're not doing the homework and you're not a trader, there's a price of tuition, you're going to get absolutely wrecked. So some people can trade. And yes, I had a shitcoin journey and it was all good, but I really paid attention. I read the books, found out what was going on, always looking at the charts. Fuck that. That's a mind virus. Absolutely disgusting. It took so long to be able to get it out because you need to buy into their bullshit narratives like XRP is going to be number one and market cap like, well, it's delusional, absolutely delusional. Or proof of stake with its triple halving. It's fucking worthless, absolutely worthless. Anyway, Premier Payroll. I'm a 70-year-old boomer and have been Bitcoin for the last 2 years. Started buying at 63 and all the way down. All of you youngsters need to be preaching Bitcoin to your boomer friends and family. Now, that's a comment. Well done. I'd die if Bitcoin hits $1 billion one a day, absolutely. And the price, like, what's the money worth, you know? It will hit $1 billion, maybe not in US dollars. But anyway, that video, Peter Dunworth talks about a $7 billion Bitcoin, or maybe he's increased it there. Regardless, the point is, over a long enough time period, Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot more than what it is now. Good morning from Bris Vegas. Getting a haircut and get a real job. I'm trying, Premier. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Do something nice. Be blessed. Peace.